Now, you might be wondering, why on earth has he got these fucking blockers on? And why is he also topless? Well, look, let's just be honest. This is just a bit of social proof that I'm slowly stripping the fat off and that I also do know what I'm talking about, okay? So here we go. Is it the best lighting? I don't know, but we'll try. We'll try and see. Starting to get that abs. Just a little bit left to lose here. Right, enough fucking around. So, the reason I'm showing you this is because not even 4 months ago, I looked like an absolute fucking, like, Michelin Man. If you don't know what the Michelin Man is, it's got the worst side profile that I think I've ever seen. Now, that's because I was nearly, I think actually, yeah, I was nearly 90 kilo, okay? So, social proof out the road. I want to get into the topic of the day, which is the mainstream advice. Like, I think I've spoken about this on my Instagram, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, go click that link in the bio, and you'll see my daily stories upload. So, mainstream advice gets you mainstream results, which is, I am in the United Kingdom right now, which, fucking hell, if you've seen what's going on, man, it's quite awful. But this topic is specifically around weight and health, okay? So, I looked this statistic up, and it said that as of 2022, there were actually 2/3 of the population overweight or worse. And I was like, what the fuck? So I looked into the article and I was like, holy shit. It's it's probably worse now because that was 3 years ago. And I think as an looking around, observing, a lot of people have got worse, not better. Now, some people have got better, obviously, but like a lot of people are getting more, like you just look around and you see this chronic lack of movement thing. You're just like looking at him going, what? You can't move. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're just, would you move? Like, you're getting all like, it's like stiff and like McGregor says, you're as stiff as a board. But nah, it's crazy because like a lot of the population are becoming obese, chronically sick, putting pressure on the NHS, eating foods that are like, why are they even called food? A lot of this stuff is like insane because how the fuck is it even food? When you go to the supermarket, wherever you're watching in from, it's basically the same everywhere, right? And you're like, all right, pretty hungry, let's get a chicken sani. I would not recommend that anyway, but people are doing it thinking they're getting chicken and a sandwich, when in actual fact, you just flip it around and there's 50 ingredients, right? And somebody said to me, oh, but Cameron, there's additives in everything. And I went, what doesn't make it fucking right? If I want to get a chicken and cheese sandwich, I want chicken, cheese, and bread. Right? That's what I'd expect. But no, you turn around and there's emulsifiers. You turn around, look at the ingredient, and you've got a little bit of processed chicken. Then you've got fucking wheat, and you've got like calcium carbonates, and I can't even pronounce half the shit, man. That's how crazy it is. Then you've got emulsifiers and glues and dyes, and then you've got preservatives, and then you've got, what was the other one? Did I say emulsifiers? There's that much shit. I'm like, right. And then you look at the population, you look at the statistics, and you look at the amount of pressure on the NHS, and then you look at just the morale of the UK. I'm just specifically talking about UK, but if you're anywhere in the West, you could probably, I mean, yeah, you could probably observe and be like, bro, it's absolutely fucked. So when you look at mainstream advice, you're going to get mainstream results. So you look at that stupid little fucking food pyramid that they make, right? The base of it is carbohydrates and grains. So what's that telling you? If 2/3 of the population foundationally have grains and carbohydrates, and 2/3 of the population is chronically ill, sick, fatigued, stiff as a board, something isn't adding up. Now, yes, there is lifestyle habits like lack of movement, lack of sunlight, even though they tell you that sun's bad. Get a fucking grip. Lack of sunlight, lack of movement, excessive alcohol, excessive screen time, drugs, drink, weed, porn, social media. Blah, blah, it's endless, right? But fundamentally, when you look at what you're eating, it's a huge portion of how you're going to feel, how your body's going to look. Like, man, I looked like fucking shit not even 4 months ago, and I'm slowly starting to feel better and more confident about myself. And anyway, that's besides the point. 2/3 of the population are not. So something's went fucking wrong. And everybody argues, it's like, oh, the ingredients are not that bad, hyper processed, not that bad. I'm like, what do you mean it's not that bad? Just look around. So if you're a man and you're struggling with energy, you wake up brain foggy. I know this feeling. I actually used to wake up after 8 proper hours of sleep and be like, and I was actually like, I was completely fucked. I was like, what is happening here? Now, I was stressed at the time, but I was not eating right. I was eating way too much carbs and way too much pasteurized dairy. And I was eating way less high quality, mineral rich, nutrient dense protein and fat. Like I was eating just, it wasn't any of that. Like, and stress as well, it's going to fucking cause crazy brain fog and heavy metals. We're getting bombarded with heavy metals everywhere. That'll be for a separate video, but this is one of the issues, okay? So if you're a man, you're struggling with this energy, brain fog, you're not waking up hard, man, it's fucking tough out there. Because you look at like 2 generations before us and you're like, what the fuck? They drank like absolute fucking fish. They actually drank like every night. Like I look back, right, and I used to work with my granda outside all day, and he'd go back and start tanning fucking vodka and whiskey, and he was 3 times the man that we are. Like I'm 29, right, and he was, when I was a kid, he must have been like late 50s, 60, something like that, and he was a solid guy, just jacked, just actually like dense, just working all day, tough hands, right, and I'm just like, they never had this issue of hyper-processed food, microplastics, fucking heavy metals everywhere in the air and the water and the fuck. They had more local food, right? When they were growing up, think of the foundations of health. When they're growing up, what they ingested, what they were surrounded by, hard work, sunlight, good nutrient-dense food. None of this fucking plastic, polyester, like hyper-processed fucking, and then then they're not, there wasn't using this, for example. By the way, I don't use this now. This is what I use. It's a natural soap. But you've got parabens and fucking all this crazy sodium lauryl sulfates and what the fuck? We're being absolutely cooked, right? So is it any wonder why people have got brain fog? They've got no morning wood. They've got no energy. They're confused. They're stressed. And then you think, well, Carmen, why the fuck have you got always got these on? Well, I don't actually need them on right now, but somehow I just shoved them on when I was going to start because it's a habit now, right? If you see it in here, I'm recording and it's at night, then I'll always have them on because it blocks blue light. Now, my granddad didn't have this. You might have a TV from a distance. The old TVs, I don't know if they had such bad blue light. Maybe they had blue light, right? But blue light blocks your melatonin release, which will fuck up your circadian rhythm and fuck up your ability to feel tired. And then it fucks up your circadian rhythm because you're sitting there at 1 in the morning like a little fucking scrolling junkie. Oh, and then you're like, oh, why am I not tired? Because you haven't got any melatonin release because you're sitting literally sucking blue light. So going back to my granda, right? Even if he had blue light coming out that TV, he could fall asleep because everything else was in line. And he was probably half cutting whiskey anyway. That's beside the point. Even with drinking that much, which destroys your sleep, somehow we're still healthier than us. You've got to look at the generational differences, what they were doing, what we are doing, and it is night and day. So you might be thinking, well, fucking great, Cameron. You just sat here ranted with your top off, showing us your gains, showing us your blue light blockers, showing us your absolutely cooked fucking gel. What do? Now, don't worry. There is things you can do. I would first suggest to not go into Tesco or wherever you're watching this, or your fucking Publix or whatever, and get their little meal deals. You know, it's like, oh, you can get 3 for £5, or oh, buy this and it's like $6. I'm like, shut up, man. Because it's a chemical concoction of fucked upness. It's no actual food. Single ingredient, whole grain, no, organic foods are the best, right? Now, that kind of covers food. Avoid hyper-processed shit. Avoid, the frozen shit. Avoid drinking as much, at least. Avoid smoking. You get the basics, right? High protein meals, high fat, low starch. If you're going to eat carbs, this is what I did to strip this. I've lost 31 pounds now. So basically what I did is carbohydrates before and after my workouts. And I would have Greek yogurt with berries and raw honey. Raw honey is important because it's not being fucking heated and destroyed and become sugar water. Raw honey is an actual superfood, right? Antimicrobial. It's got enzymes. It's not been fucked with. It's unfiltered. It's a fucking, mate, it's amazing. So that's the carbs I had. And straight up, I did not measure a single fucking thing. So maybe I could look even better if I did. But I haven't entered that phase yet of optimization. I was just stripping to get back into the gym, lose the fucking dad bod. So you get my point. Greek yogurt before and after workouts with berries, honey. The reason I use berries and sometimes bananas, but there's a lot of GMO, and are they even real bananas? And mate, it's fucking endless. So berries, and yes, they're probably sprayed with fucking pesticides, herbicides. Eventually, when I'm on my own farm and I can grow my own shit, then there will be none of that. But right now, we're trying to do the best with what we've got, okay? So back to what I said. The reason I said berries is because it's very low on the glycemic index, which means it'll spike your blood sugars a lot less. Okay, so I prefer berries. Now, in terms of meat, I just eat mince and eggs and a little bit of chicken, but I don't rely on chicken only because it's basically got fuck all micronutrients, but mince is full of micronutrients and good fats. So you do have to mix it up. You can't have too much red meat because too much red meat is a lot of iron and it starts fucking with your hormones, your free T and your total T. So I'm not against chicken, just get it from a butcher, okay? And lots of eggs, plenty of eggs, because, and again, from a good source. You don't want to get these fucking caged eggs. They're not even eating. They're not even getting outside. They're not even eating properly. They're eating corn and soy. That's not. You don't want to be a corn and soy boy. You want to wake up in the morning and like, fucking let's go. That's what you want to do, right? If you're gonna eat these fucking eggs from cages, you're gonna wake up and be like a little. You're gonna be like a little chicken that goes. But you want to be that fucking color, right? So eat pasture raised, organic, free range eggs, mate. It's like try to cast a spell on you right now. That's what it's like in the modern day. Try to stay healthy. But I'm just giving you the foundations of how I strip this, right? So, eggs, mince, which you guys, if you're in America, it's not called mince, it's ground beef. Okay, so ground beef. I've recently started adding liver in as well because liver is genuinely the most nutrient dense. I'm fucking going Italian now. Nutrient dense foods in the world, and every animal that kills another animal goes straight for the liver. So what does that tell you? I've added that in. 200 grams per week is optimal, and that's honestly it. And yes, I didn't like for some of the weekends I had a couple of like cheat meals. I wouldn't say cheat, just ate whatever. Like sometimes I had a takeaway. But then the thing is, the cleaner you get when you have these kind of cheap foods, you actually feel like shit. You genuinely feel like shit. I had one. Was it 3 weeks ago? I think I had an Indian takeaway. And mate, for like 2 days afterwards, I had like a crazy shits, and I was like, "Is it even worth it? Is it even worth the brain fog and the crazy shits?" No, it's not. Right. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope that helps you guys. It was a bit of a rant, but I've dropped 31 pounds. I'm getting healthier. I feel good all the time. My energy's crazy. My energy is actually ridiculous. It's honestly wild. If you've not seen my video on salt yet, I would highly recommend you go check that out. But yeah, just want to come on here, show you guys that. I hope it helped you. Take away some tips about like nutrition and how I like. Just let me know if you got any questions because this shit's working, okay? And I want to be helping you guys feel and look the best that you can, and not be these little low T soy boy fucks that the world wants us to be. We don't want to be that. Imagine what I'm going to look like in a fucking year following this protocol, man. It's going to be fucking crazy. So let's go. Let's go.